A few days ago, I found a stock that genuinely just made me stop and think. Not because it was cheap, not because it was obviously good, but because of Amazon. Yup, you heard me right. Amazon. One of the most calculated companies on the planet just put serious money into this stock. And when Amazon moves, I pay attention, and so should you. Now, the stock is called X Energy, ticker symbol XE. It's a nuclear energy company that just IPO'd, and after spending way too many hours researching it, I still can't decide if this is my cup of tea or just complete madness. So, let me walk you through exactly what I found. Alright, let me explain why this stock made me stop scrolling. And honestly speaking, the deeper I looked into this company, the more confused I became. Half of me thinks this could become massive in the future, and the other half thinks this thing is insanely overpriced. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what XE does, why Amazon invested, why nuclear energy is suddenly exploding again, the similarities to nano nuclear energy, and why I'm personally sitting on the fence right now. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why this stock is either genius or just complete madness. So first, let me tell you why everyone is suddenly paying attention to XE. It's simple. Amazon. According to reports, Amazon backed the company before the IPO became one of its biggest strategic investors. And the market lost its mind after the IPO, then quickly exploded, and suddenly the valuation approached around $12 billion. I know, $12 billion. Sounds like spare change nowadays. Now, I want you to pause for a second, because this isn't some random retail pump. This is one of the biggest companies on earth saying, yeah, we think nuclear energy matters. And honestly, that's what made me curious. Because Amazon doesn't need to gamble on random companies. They already dominate cloud computing. They dominate e-commerce. So why would they need to invest in a nuclear reactor? And this is when I realized this just isn't a nuclear story. This is an AI electricity story. Everyone keeps talking about AI. And you know what? So do I. But nobody talks about the insane amounts of electricity AI needs. Every AI model, every chatbot, every data center, every GPU cluster, all of it consumes ridiculous amounts of power. And the demand is just exploding. And this is the scary part. What happens if AI eventually needs more electricity than the grid can even handle? That's when nuclear energy suddenly becomes interesting again. Because unlike solar or wind, nuclear gives stable energy 24/7. No weather problems, no nighttime issues, no interruptions. That's why companies like Amazon are starting to look at SMRs, small modular reactors. I had to read up on this. Interesting, I gotta say. It's basically smaller next generation nuclear reactors that are supposed to be faster to build, safer, cheaper, and scalable near data centers apparently. And XE's main reactor is called the XE100. And honestly, the technology sounds amazing on paper, but then I looked at the valuation again, and I almost just closed the tab entirely. Because it's my issue, even me, a 13-year-old, I could see this clearly. This company is valued around $12 billion without any functional reactors. What? I know, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's the part I just can't ignore. No reactors online yet, and it's still just burning cash. Crazy amounts of cash. Still years away from full commercialization. Wow, commercialization. That's a big word for me. Anyways, all of this is very speculative. Like really speculative. And this is where I instantly got flashbacks to another nuclear stock. Nano nuclear energy. Ticker NNA. Now, if you remember, NNE IPO'd around $4, then went absolutely parabolic, running to $60 at one point, before crashing back down hard, and it lost over 55%. That's exactly why recent IPOs scare me. Because when momentum starts, logic just disappears. Everyone suddenly becomes a long-term investor for 3 days. Then the stock dumps 40%, and suddenly, yeah bro, I was taking profits anyway. Okay brother, if you say so. For me, this is actually the weirdest part because I actually like this company. I really do. The Amazon backing is impressive. The AI angle makes sense to me. The nuclear thesis is strong. And if SMRs truly become the future, companies like XE, NNE could become gigantic years from now. But at the same time, I'm 13. This is my actual money, my pocket money. And I've learned something. Very important already in investing. Just because a story sounds amazing doesn't mean the stock price makes sense. That's a huge difference. And right now, I honestly feel like this stock is running more on hype and just future expectations than actual proven business execution. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means expectations are insanely high. And expectations get too high, stocks can just become dangerous. And this is why I try to see very clear of IPOs. Because you never know what's real demand and just what's hype. What's institutional pumping or where fair value actually is. Everything just feels emotional. One green candle, everyone screams, next Nvidia. One red candle, everyone just starts panicking. And nuclear stocks move up like madness. One government announcement goes up 40%. One delay goes down 35%. That volatility is just brutal, especially for new investors. So, where do I land on XE? I think the long-term thesis is interesting, genuinely. But right now, I'm keeping my pocket money in my pocket. Not because I think the company is bad, but because I think the price already assumes everything goes perfectly. And in investing, things rarely ever go perfectly. Now, I'll be watching this one closely though. And if something changes, the price, the fundamentals, the timeline, I'll make a video updating you. Because that's the thing about research, it's never really finished. The most important lesson I've learned so far at 13, knowing when not to buy something, is just as valuable as knowing when to buy. Now, drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you buying XE, or watching it, or avoiding it completely? And if you want to follow along as I figure this stuff out in real time, subscribe, because honestly, I'm just getting started. Now, if you like my videos, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. It helps me out, and I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.